This week, we'll be making Taiwanese beef noodle soup for my two good friends. One of them never visited my home yet, so I'd like to invite him over with a nice bowl of noodle soup. Here is how we do it.
So, contrary to what most Asians would do, I'm gonna actually roast my beef bones first. Here I have some beef bones with some marrow in the middle. Got it at a Chinese supermarket. Compared to some of the American ones, this is $1 a pound, so cheap enough for me. We're gonna roast these, flip them once, and then once they're nice and brown, put them in a pot. Pressure cook these. I'm definitely not doing over the stove. Pressure cook these. I'm definitely not gonna do this over a stove for over 10 hours. Way too much time for my hand. This is more hands off, and it's just for, home cooked meal anyway. So pressure cook this for an hour, and then when it's finished, it should look something like this. You can smell the beefy flavor. It's a lot more brown this time, and now we're good with our beef stock. Now I'm gonna broil these ossobuco beef shanks and these Chinese beef shanks. So I think the difference is that the American ones has the bone with the marrow in the middle. Meanwhile, the Chinese ones, they have tendons, I would say, but both are great braising meats. So in this case, we're gonna brown it for more flavor rather than blanching them. I personally prefer this method compared to the Asian style. While these are roasting, we're gonna cut up our aromatics. We're gonna use the Chinese Trinity, in this case, scallions. I'm gonna use just the whites. My wife grated me some ginger, and I'm gonna mince up some garlic. Once that's done, now we're gonna chop up our tomatoes. All I really did was quarter these. Tomatoes are gonna give this a good umami. Now to start cooking. I'm gonna use some tallow, put in my pressure cooker, heat it up. Now we're gonna cook our aromatics. We're gonna stir fry these until they're nice and fragrant, start caramelizing a bit, and add in our tomatoes. Stir these around, salt it up a bit, season all throughout, of course. I'm gonna add in some doubanjiang. It's a spicy broad bean paste, gives us a nice flavor kick. Stir fry that a bit. And then I'm also gonna add in some Shaoxing wine. I'm gonna let this reduce just a bit, cook out the alcohol flavor, and we're just gonna let this reduce a bit. My beef was already ready. I'm gonna pull these out. They're nice and brown, ready to go. We're gonna put the beef shanks into our pressure cooker, and then I'm gonna put in my beef stock, what we made earlier. Of course, I made it the night before, which is why it's in a pot and gelatinized. Fill it up to the max line. Now I'm gonna put this silver container that contains my spice mixes, just so I could fish them out easier. Here I have some coriander seeds, black peppercorns, Sichuan peppercorns, goji berries, star anise. This is gonna give us all the fragrant notes and this herbally beefy flavor, and I'm gonna add a rock sugar as well. And then we're gonna pressure cook this for 30 minutes. Once everything is done, I'm gonna take out the bones from the ossobuco shank, then take out the Chinese beef shanks to let them cool and store this on the side of the fridge. Then I'm gonna put it in a separate pot, let it cool down before sticking it in the fridge overnight. Because it's cold, the fat is gonna congeal on the top and we can scoop out the majority of it. Next day, we're gonna prepare the toppings. I have some pickled mustard greens. I'm gonna mince this up, stir fry it in a wok with some sugar. You're gonna need more sugar than you think. A sweet and sour topping that goes very good in this soup. Cut out your beef shanks into slices. Now to final season our soup. Get your soup boiling, and we're gonna final season it with some extra soy until it's salty enough for your liking. Now it's time to assemble our noodle soup. Get a pot of water boiling, boil your noodles. Once that's done, strain, add a little bit of the beef fat that we skimmed from before, along with some cilantro. Put in your soup, and then top it with your beef shank slices, a little bit of the ossobuco, pickled mustard, greens, scallions, a little bit more coriander. And there we go. Beautiful Taiwanese beef noodle soup. Third time making it, and I'm not gonna lie, this is probably the best bowl I made so far. I'm definitely gonna try to recreate it for my other friends as well. So hopefully my two friends, especially the one that has never came over before, really enjoy this nice bowl of noodle soup. Hope he comes back as well. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you in the next one. Hey everyone, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and follow my Instagram at WeCanCooks. Thanks for the support.